Oh, it's raining, and I'm heading up to the farm. You guys are probably wondering, what in the crap? Well, you'll see soon. Ah, this is better. It didn't even rain here. Well, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. What? Gosh darn it. Can't have you guys getting blinded by my baldness. So I'm just heading up to the farm. But good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms. I'm just heading up to the farm. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's been raining about all morning, most of the night in Davenport, but there's like a sharp line right at the Scott-Clinton County area where it's really not raining at all. So we got a little bit of rain at the farm, just enough to get the pavement wet, and there's less rain the farther north you go. So I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna start spraying. I got about 70 to 80 acres across the road from Grandma's to finish up that I sprayed last night. And then I got basically 25 acres of Roundup that I need to put on Nathan's piece of beans that I didn't spray yet, or that are pretty grass that it needs Roundup on. Then I'm gonna head north and start doing some no-till fields, because our no-till fields haven't had any chemical, any form of weed control, tillage is a really good form of weed control. But all of our no-till fields haven't had any weed control on them, and I need to get them sprayed before we get rained out for a week plus, which is what the forecast is looking like. But the weathermen are probably wrong, and our plans are probably gonna change. So we'll see what actually happens. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys up at the farm. Alrighty, so here's our soil finisher. What we're actually doing is we had a couple sweeps sent to us by Agritouch. Right there. Right there, right there. We got 3 or 4 of them on this unit, and Agritouch is the same company that sent us those chisel shanks as well. They sent us some sweep for this as well, and they're supposed to have basically some ultra tough wear coating on them. So we're going to compare it to how our other sweeps do. So like I said, we got one here, one there, and I'm not sure where the other Curtis put any more on. No, I don't see any more. But we also have some relatively new shanks as well that we're going to compare them to. So this one's new as of 2 days ago. Oh, where's another one? That one right there is new as of probably 3 or 4 days ago. So we have some new test checks on them as well. So like I said, I'm really curious to see how these are gonna wear. Just by looking at them, it's basically twice as thick as those other sweeps, or those other sweeps. And they got a bit better wear coating on them. So I'm really curious how they're gonna wear compared to the normal ones we get from our OEM. And just so you know, the blue one is a different wear coating than the black one, so this is more of a test against itself too. So really curious to see how they're gonna weigh, how they're gonna perform, I should say. But thank you, Agritouch, for sending them. Off and ready to roll. Let's get her going. I see a couple things flopping around, so gotta secure them up. Looks like an old fence roll nozzle. This basically has a product it can shoot out product if I had a nozzle on there to shoot out fence lines. So I'm gonna zip tie that down and then lock the boom, make sure everything's good, and then head out. That's all secured up just with zip ties. So I'm gonna walk the rest of the boom and get spraying. Here's some dust caked up on the nozzles. Huh. You can tell that's what happens when it gets dry. The only other thing I'm worried about is I nicked the height sensor on a power pole yesterday. Yep, I kind of smacked it backwards, so put it back forward. So that's still flopping around, don't love that. I'm gonna re-zip tie it. Now we're ready to roll. Everything looking good. Let's start hammering down. Let's knock out some acres. Let's have another 250 acre day. Rolling. You can kind of see, if you notice, the pattern's much thicker right now compared to what I did at 12 gallon an acre. I can't go as fast either because I can only put out so much volume of water. Or when you're putting down more rate of product, you can't go as fast at similar pressures, just because you can only put out so much volume. You can only put out, you know, if you only have a cup of water, if you're only putting out 12 gallons per acre as opposed to 15, you gotta go faster at that same pressure, because you only have that cup of water. And then, like I said, multiply that by 750 times 16. That's how much product I have in here. And it might look weird because I'm backing up. Last night I ran out of product with like 100 feet to the end, so I just sprayed it, and I'm gonna back up just because I feel like that's the least amount of compaction that I could do. All right, let's get the drone up in the air. This is like my only chance getting the drone up, last chance to get the drone up the air spraying. Man, that was fun. That was some cool drone shots that I got, and some awesome pictures. That might even make one of the profile pictures. I got an awesome picture of the farm. This basically the sprayer, and you can see the pattern perfectly, and with the farm as a backdrop. That was pretty cool. So hopefully they turn out. But I have about 10 acres left to spray, so it's not going to take long, especially going at 15 mile an hour. Folding up, go load up again. Back rolling again. I put a 22-ish acre load in just because I want to get cleaned out, because I'm actually going to be switching to the next two loads are going to be two different recipes. The next load I'm actually going to be just putting straight Roundup in to go hit a bean field that I sprayed a couple weeks ago, but I didn't have any Roundup in. I could just tell it was just overgrown with grass, so that needs to be hit and killed. And our beans are basically Roundup resistant, so we should be fine. But and then after that, I'm going to switch to back to our no-till recipe. Driving right through the big old waterway. Individual nozzle control right there. All right, I'm on my last pass. You can kind of see, here's what 170 acres looks like. Doesn't look like much, but that's a lot. That's a lot of corn. Plus we got another 46 right there and 35 right there. 240 acres essentially south to north of corn. That's crazy for us. We haven't done this in a very long time. But, and I timed this out perfectly where I got basically, I'm gonna run out about halfway between where I'm at now and there. So, like I said, there's gonna be about a quarter of a pass that's not gonna get sprayed, but that is what it is. Sweet, we'll spray it out and call it good. All right, so now because I cleaned out, I need to basically reprime my boom because I'm going from corn to beans. I need to make sure my boom is nice and cleaned out. So I am getting rid of all my corn spray, and And now I'm just basically getting straight Roundup over to the boom. Also, side note, beans are up. That's pretty sweet. So there's the farm I just sprayed yesterday. You can kind of see, here's that grass waterway we put in. Actually, it's pretty nice. It's coming in nicely. And I am heading back to that green patch way in the back. Kind of see all that dark, lush green is grass that's alive. So grass that I need to kill. Grass that I will kill with Roundup. Let's get her going. See, there's a lot of dead, kind of yellowed out weeds intermixed with the green, kind of luscious grasses. Green or other weeds. That's, like I said, the bean burner recipe that I had before doesn't kill grasses, and I didn't realize that. So therefore, this was old hay, and there's some old grass still in it. So that's why I'm back here with Roundup. That's a little bit of a wet hole right there. Nathan almost drug up the planter a smidge, and there's my ruts when I went through the sprayer for the first time. Oh, shut your trap. We're almost done though with this field. So this is what I was mean by the bean burn down that I had. This grass is still alive. That wouldn't kill these grasses, but these leaves right here that are kind of yellow, like this one's fried. All these are fried. And I hear a killdeer around here somewhere. It's exciting. Soybeans are poking through. You got this, little buddies. Let's actually dig you up. So this bean was planted about 2 weeks ago, almost, week and a half, maybe even 2.5 weeks. I can't remember. I think it was 2.5 weeks. That's where we're at. I'm not sure the stages of soybeans, but there we are. This field's growing. That's why it's good to get this Roundup killed off, so that way the weeds stop taking the nutrients from the beans. All right, let's head out. And if I were gonna put this mistake that I had into math and rough numbers for you guys, I'll go ahead and do the math behind all this when I get back to my computer and I can look up rough stats. But basically, this cost me an hour and a half of me not putting Roundup in this field the first time and having to come back and respray it. Cost us an hour and a half. That's on the machine time and my time. And it also, like I said, cost us extra. It's going to cost us yield at the end of it, because we had to go over this field again with the crops farther along. It's not going to hurt us that much, but it will hurt us some, and it wouldn't surprise me if that mistake cost us maybe $1,000, somewhere around there. Let's cut to Future Ron, and he'll tell you about the rough numbers. Enlightening, Future Ron. Nice job. All right, now let's head back, go fill up a no-till load, and then eat, head north. And as I said, I'm not good at identifying soybean growth stages or anything like that, but someone who is my good buddy Andy, otherwise known as A Trippy Farmer. Go check him out on YouTube. I'll actually link one of his videos down there. Him actually explaining the different growth stages of soybeans, so check him out. Just being the nice sprayer driver that I am, letting people go by when I got a bunch of traffic behind me. And I got an easy spot to pull off, so that's what I'm doing. Brian's taking a load of hay up to, or a bale of hay up to the cows at Butch's, and Curtis just got going back there. And he is field cultivating in the Cat Challenger MT865B in the Will Rich 52-foot field cultivator. So sprayer's back. I'm waiting on my dad. He ran up to Eberhardt's to grab me a couple bags of AMS or water conditioner. While I'm waiting on him, looks like Nathan actually just got back with the planter. So all the beans, except for up there, down at Butch's, and down at Pat's place are planted. So we got one long day left of beans, which we're not gonna plant any today. He's gonna start hauling manure, I believe. But let's go grab a bite to eat. Hi, cow. You're a good mama. I got the boom unfolded here at home. I'm actually gonna go through and just go ahead and grease the sprayer right now, because I know I'm gonna be catching up to water at some point tonight. And the sprayer hasn't been greased in like 45 hours or so, let's get her greased. So Nathan's planter just broke down. He's got a row clutch or a row drive motor that just went bad. Or sorry, basically where the input shaft comes in and then it goes down to each individual row unit. Yeah, that input shaft, the row unit drive cable went bad. So I think he's just gonna plant one row down and we'll have a 30-inch spacing between one of them. But, oh well. Fuzz got someone too, by the way. Sheriff has someone. Look at that classic Magnum with a Kinsey planter. Sweet. Roll into the Zymet farm. Hey Gavin, I just missed you, man. You were probably at school while I was doing this. It's about 3 o'clock. Hope everything's doing good. You too, Case, down the road. Well done with this field. This field was going to be no-till, but we had a lot of weeds in here, so Curtis just flew through here with the soil finisher. Worked it all up nicely. But I'm going to head to Bellevue now and finish out my load. Iron Bridge Road, home of Iron Bridge, which is what I'm crossing right now, and it is narrow. Oh, I hate it. Can't meet anybody on the road. When we take tillage equipment across, we actually have people flag on this side of the road. And we also had a chopping video here last year. Card to that video. We'll get her moving. It's past a 4830 Deere sprayer, and I'm not sure what this guy is. Like an Open Station Maxim is what he looks like. Hose pounder. Nice. Are you guys ready? Double fun facts coming at you. First one, I detasseled in high school. For those of you guys who don't know what detasseling is, basically how they make seed corn, how they get a different hybrid of plant A and plant B. They detassel to basically, I can go into the whole process of it at some point, but they get this by detasseling, and I did that in high school. And then second thing, this plant up ahead here on the left, this is what is called Cornelius seed. This is where we get a majority of our seed corn from. It's actually made and grown within 10-20 miles of this facility. So it's only like 15 miles from the main farm, 5 miles from one of our farms. So pretty neat, but yeah, this is Cornelius seed right here. I believe that's the main plant right there on the left. Hello. Nice 40-45. But that was IIS. Either IIS or Nutrien. Either way, nice sprayer. Oh no, sorry, I lied. That was a 40-44. It's a newer Deere sprayer. He's gonna catch me too. So when I go 30, he goes 35. Ha! It's the same sprayer. I'm gonna let him go because he's quicker than me though. I don't think he realized that his blinker was on, that he was turning left into here, but looks like he's turning right into that field. I'm heading this way. Just made it here. I can see that she's a little bit green. I'm gonna be spraying this field right here to the right, so let's get on it. Well, here's that new waterway I put in. I just went the boundaries would have recorded. This is frustrating. So I have to manually outline all of these. So this field, even though it's no-till, it had quite a bit of tillage operations. Air quote. I deep ripped this last fall, just this kind of chunk up on top of the hill, and I left it check stripped, so I'm kind of curious to see if we have any yield response. We also put in hydrous on this, and then we planted it. So there's 3 passes across this field, and it still had a no-till kind of residue basically. So a lot of residue still intact. So I'm really kind of curious. I think this field's going to yield well. I hope at least. Oh, that barn's seen better days. Junk. I know how expensive lumber is getting, so I got a deal for you guys. We have a gently used building that's sitting out here. It's been under roof. The lumber is free for the taking. All you guys got to come do is tear it down and haul it away. This is a deal you guys can't pass up, especially with lumber prices right now. Get a hold of me down below. Let's fill up. Now at Bellevue. Cue time lapse. There's the neighbor out spraying. Problem is I'm meeting him down the hill loaded, and he's not going very fast. Slow down, Bessie. He's doing the same thing I am. Well, now I'm heading all the way back in the timber a little ways. So go to my dad's Westfield, you go up this way. This is my dad's, what we call the Big Hollow, the big pasture. Great deer country, great turkey hunting, and decent farm ground up on top of the hills. And great cattle raising pasture. It's just all around a good property, honestly. My dad's owned it for about 8 years now. But the only crappy thing is, to get to the east field, you gotta go like a half a mile into the timber. So it takes a little bit, oof, and it's a little rough. But we'll get there. I'm only going 10 miles an hour and I'm maxing out the engine. Granted, I'm fully loaded, but still, I mean, it's steep hill country in this area. Who do I blame for this? Seriously, Dad? It was either Dad or Pat. I blame Dad. Why is there a Casey's Pizza Box sitting in the middle of your field? Awesome! There's still a slice in there. Free dinner. Sweet. Just got done with my dad's piece, and now down the big mountain we go. Still got my Casey's Pizza with me. You know the drill. Fill up again. Hammering down now. Got a wide open 38 acre field right now. on the long run. So here's where I gain acres. So you can also, you can't even tell, but I know because I did it. I also did an experiment right here where I inline ripped, card to that video if I haven't already referenced it. And I inline ripped from about right here over to there. So I did about half the good part of this field. Just to see, like I said, if we see a yield spike in the middle here, we'll know why. So that's kind of that was kind of the goal, to kind of just do a couple chunks with that inline ripper. And if we, basically to see if we have it a fall like we had last fall, we could run that inline ripper over a bunch of ground, does it pay to do it? Just about done. Got one more little sliver, and then I got a little 4-acre bottom piece where I literally got to go through the woods to go get. You'll see here in a smidge, but I basically got to go down that hill. And it's always sketchy coming out of there, especially when you got a fully loaded grain cart, because the road's kind of caving away, and we got to do some dozer work back there. All right, let's get down there. Now the fun part, let's go down the big hill. I mean, we can fit a 60-foot planter down in here, so it's not that bad, but it's still a little narrow, and especially when you got a wide grain cart fully loaded coming back up, it's no fun. And I guess we're never fully loaded, but usually got over half on here. It's a staring contest. Who's gonna win? I'm gonna win. There they go. Oh, don't fall, buddy. There's 3 of them. I won. All right, just got done. Little 4-acre piece, 4.7. Literally took a round and a down. That's all it took. But like I said, we own it. Better farm it. Cross the creek like a deer. I just wonder why we don't farm this. Be a couple acres there. Either way, that's a nice little wetland, a little habitat for pheasants. But all right, let's head home and fill up at least one more time. I do like to fill up twice tonight and just get everything done up north, take the sprayer home. But we'll see what the water situation is. Nice 550 wheeled Steiger right there, hooked up to a, I believe an Ashland dirt pan, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's get out of here. Cameron Hinchin vertical tilling up his rye ground. What's up, buddy? So, I have some catastrophic news. Like very bad. Like bad. Like bad. Very bad. So, I was noticing over here not too long ago that I saw a piece that was slightly tweaked on the boom. And I was like, that's not good. So, went out and took a look at it not too long ago. And sure enough, catastrophic failure. See that? That shouldn't be there, it's cracked out. Right below the weld, or right at the weld actually. Actually looks like a really poor weld on this side. Yep, she's fully cracked, she's effed. Which means I am shut down, I am dead in the water, I'm done. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and fold this boom up. You can kind of say I'm half folded right now because I noticed it right away and I was like, okay, I'm gonna slowly fold this thing in together. So yeah, that's not good. This is the piece that I noticed was slightly tweaked. Well, I'm gonna walk the boom and just make sure I don't see anything else that's cracked, but she's effed. All right, I turned up my monitor brightness, so hopefully you guys can see me, but so yeah, even more bad news. I looked at the other side and the other side's cracked out too. Honestly, it's just not the greatest design because there needs to be more structure. Right where it cracked out is where it unfolds the tips. And when you get 20 feet of iron, when you get a big chunk of iron 20 feet away from your pivot point, it puts a lot of stress and strain on there. So there needs to be more than just an inch by inch square tube welded to another tube. Yeah, so there needs to be a couple. We'll fix that up. We'll get her welded up. But I'm done for the night. I'm gonna have to head home so we can get this thing fixed. So yeah, let's head home. And I also lost my GoPro. Dang it. This has just not been a good day. I break the sprayer, now I lose my GoPro. Ugh. Just about home, and I just saw Pat pull in actually. He just got done planting for the night. Planter's parked, I'm parked, everything's quit for the night. Nathan's planter's broke down, he's still gonna try and fix it over the rain delay. And we're gonna get rain over the next 7 days, so let's go ahead and shut this unit down. Pay no attention to the pallet in the back. It's for my sister-in-law's graduation party. Yeah, My brother graduated last weekend. That's why I was in Des Moines. I told you guys I was going to tell you about that. And then my sister-in-law graduates this weekend, so that'll be fun. But anyway, I'm gonna call it quits for the night, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hartung Family Farms, and of course, guys, as always, ta-ta for now.